And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord, and we begin with a gag order that has been issued to the people involved in the alleged abuse of an elderly woman case. Magistrate Christopher Birch today imposed that order. He told Ariel King, King's mother, as well as Barbara Goddard, that they are not to publicly comment on the case until it has concluded. King, a nursing auxiliary, has been charged with abusing 84-year-old Jasmine Hall, the mother of Goddard. King remains on bail and is now expected to return to the District C Magistrates Court on July 11th. Well, welfare authorities have today formally investigated the most recent reports of elder abuse, this time of a 76-year-old woman of Messiah Street in St. John. After an assessment this morning, the chairman of the National Assistance Board says there is no evidence of abuse, but the NAB still plans to take some action. Denise Blackman has that story.
Emerging from a near 40-minute meeting with the senior citizen in question, Harriet Codrington, and the caregiver, her niece Antonia Codrington, NAB Chairman Reverend Durant declared there is no proof of abuse. Also in that meeting was St. John MP Mar Thompson, the NAB Deputy Chair, a senior welfare officer, and Nurse Esther Ben. Ms. Ben says she found no bed sores during her physical examination, but they are worried about Ms. Codrington's physical condition, noting she looked abnormally thin. So besides cleaning up the surroundings, the board will have her tested further by a doctor and will send a team to the house daily.
We're going to offer home care, our home care personnel to come here now on a daily basis to make sure she is bathed, food is cooked, and she's fed.
Residents of the area told CBC they still believe the old lady is being mistreated by her niece and pleaded with the board to remove her from the house, a plea Reverend Durant says he cannot fulfill.
She does not want to move. We asked her about that, but she said she prefers to stay because it's her home and this is where she lived all her years. Because we were thinking of doing that, of moving her. But since she wants to remain, we'll make sure that we bring the help to her on a daily basis from here onward.
But he says he applauds the residents for their concern and encouraged others to speak out against abuse.
Since all of this broke, I received messages, telephone calls, complaints of others that I'll be investigating and make sure that they are corrected. And where charges need to be brought, if they're necessary, that they be brought.
St. John MP Mar Thompson says she realizes the niece Antonia Codrington needs assistance in taking care of her aunt, and she is satisfied with the solutions proposed by the NAB. Denise Blackman, CBC News.
A young woman believed to be in her 30s collapsed and died in the city today. Scores of people gathered in Roebuck Street area this afternoon at Rough and Tough Remix Boutique where the incident occurred. At about 3:45, her body was taken away by Two Sons Funeral Home as friends and family members stood by in tears. And she has been identified as Melissa Wendt of Scarborough in Christchurch. The man shot on Browns Beach, St. Michael yesterday has been identified as 18-year-old Cody Scantlebury of Halls Road, St. Michael. Scantlebury was shot in the left side of his chest around 6:30 yesterday and underwent surgery at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Now he's reported to be in a stable condition. Police are continuing investigations into the matter and are appealing for any information that can assist with that investigation. They encourage anyone with information to call 430-7189 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. That's 1-800-8477. Well, a young man is tonight wanted by police in connection with a serious criminal matter. He is Rakim Shakil Aline, aka Rats or Goon, of number 51 Stanley Terrace or number 17 Golden Rock, both in Pineland, St. Michael. Aline is 5 feet 4 inches tall, of a slim build and with dark skin. As seen in this photo, he has full eyes set wide apart. He also has tattoos on his left upper arm of the letters AR. The words Thug Life are tattooed on his stomach area and the phrase God can judge on the back of his left hand. Rakim Shakil Aline is considered to be armed and dangerous and should not be approached by the public, but he is advised that he can present himself to the police accompanied by an attorney at law of his choice. Any person who may know the whereabouts of Rakim Shakil Aline is asked to contact the police emergency at 211, the nearest police station, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. Now, the public is reminded that it is a serious offense to harbor or assist wanted persons, and anyone caught committing this offense can be prosecuted. While the local tourism industry is set to receive a boost, it's coming in the form of an international safety and security certification.
Luxury St. Peter property, Cobbler's Cove, will be the first hotel on the island to undergo the Safe Hotels Alliance audit. It's an annual audit process that will review safety and security standards in areas such as fire equipment and training, property safety and crisis management, with the aim of meeting the global hotel security standard. Safe Hotels Alliance Vice President of Business Development for the Americas and the West Indies, Gary Dodds, says surveys show safety is one of the top things travelers care about when choosing a destination. He says Safe Hotels Alliance focuses on safety and security for both guests and hotel employees.
It's also the same for the employees of that business, making sure they have an environment that's safe and secure. They're not going to slip on floors, that fire extinguishers are in date and handy. We walk through properties, we go on roofs, we walk along beaches, we walk along perimeters. We look in rooms, we're looking to check one thing, one overriding thing. Is this property at international best practice anywhere in the world for its safety and security?
Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Sue Springer, says it's a way for local hotels to achieve international recognition and for Barbados to set itself apart from other destinations.
And this is where we will make sure that we stand out. It is very difficult sometimes. You know, we are one island in the Caribbean. There are 30 other beautiful islands that are registered within the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association. We all have sand, and sea. And some of the things that we stand out with may be culture, maybe our cuisine, and so on. But when it comes down to having standards, this is something that is very, very important and becomes more and more recognized globally.
Ms. Springer hopes to see more hotels come on board over the next few months. Lisa Broom, CBC News.
Well, Barbadian Grammy Award winner Rihanna was in winner's row at the 2016 Billboard Awards last night. She took home the Billboard Chart Achievement Award during that show. An appreciative Rihanna thanked all during her speech. Rihanna was also nominated Top Female Artist, Top R&B Artist, and Top R&B Album. Minister of Culture Stephen Lashley has praised Rihanna for winning the Billboard Achievement Award. In a statement released to the media, Mr. Lashley congratulated the 28-year-old singer for her success at the annual Music Awards. According to the minister, Rihanna continues to blaze a trail of success internationally. He says it is important to commend her at this stage for her recent accomplishments, and further pointed out that she continues to make a significant impression on the international stage. While praising the pop star for her many recent awards, Minister Lashley added that through her music videos, Rihanna has also helped to promote Barbados, for which he said the country remained eternally grateful. Well, the Barbados Water Authority is informing the public that due to exceedingly low water levels at its half-acre reservoir in the north, there will be a shutdown to some of the pipelines on that system starting tomorrow night from about 10 until 4 the following morning. This is being done in an effort to allow the Lamberts and Boscobel reservoirs in the north to replenish. Now, these shutdowns will continue daily until further notice. As a result, residents in parts of St. Lucie will experience low water pressure or outages. Customers in Six Men St. Peter may also be impacted, and residents in these areas and their surrounding districts are being advised to store water for the duration of these outages. The Barbados Water Authority regrets the inconvenience that these disruptions may cause. Well, coming up after the break, we'll tell you about the importance of the R's.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
Sun power on water I had some problems with my solar water heater. The collectors was leaking. I called the original agency and said, well, they can't do anything about it because the system is bad and they will have to install a new system. I didn't hear back from them. Then I called Sun Power. For me, I went to Monday, paid some money, and by Thursday it was on.
Yes, your Sun Power.
Life happens in a second. And we've seen 5.5 billion of them. 175 years of life's moments, all added up. With every tick of the hand, Sagicor will be there to turn those seconds into decades of prosperity. Sagicor, 175 years of wise financial thinking for life.
The importance of the 3 R's, that's reduce, reuse and recycle, is being drilled into the minds of the island's youngest citizens. This is evident from the ongoing Child Care Board Nursery exhibition and competition at the Grand Salle in the Central Bank of Barbados. Lisa Broom tells us more.
The Central Bank's Grand Salle was transformed into a mini art gallery when the 13 nurseries mounted their displays. Each nursery brought a unique and creative interpretation to the theme, reduce, reuse and recycle. Using recycled items such as boxes, paper and tires, some created mini household appliances, a mini kitchen and even a mini play park. This playhouse by the Eden Lodge Nursery was a hit with the young ones.
It's a playhouse and we created mostly using pallets and plywood. All right, we had the children decorate it. They decorated themselves. They put their handprints on it, give them the brushes, that kind of stuff. We painted, the staff helped paint the inside. We helped made there's a little poof on the inside. Yeah, it's made out of tire. Yeah, but it was fun.
Preschool educator at the Child Care Board, Sharon Nightingale, believes there are several lessons which the toddlers could take from the exercise.
First of all, how to work together, how to recycle, reuse and renew, and to do away with some of our dumping, our environmental appreciation and awareness. And we'd like for them to show their creativity, an opportunity for them to make things out of nothing and to not always think that you have to go into the store.
She adds it also shows the different aspects of nursery education and the importance of play.
We just want people to understand that nursery is not just about potty training and pamper changing and feeding and clothing. It's about developing a total person, and that this is done best through play because that is a child's natural choice and way of learning. And so we can introduce play into every aspect.
Many visitors were impressed with the displays.
It's very creative. The persons involved pulling in the children, it seems very creative, and it says how much we as a people have within that we can let out. That is how I see this project here today coming off a Child Care Board.
The 4-day exhibition concludes tomorrow evening. Lisa Broom, CBC News.
Well, the high number of youth in Barbados being referred to the juvenile liaison schemes reflects the need for parents to get some help raising their children, and that's the view of the chairperson of the My Child and I charity, Francine Charles. Referring to recent statistics, Ms. Charles says over 600 teenagers had been in these facilities for several reasons, including being socially disruptive. She was speaking at the charity's free parenting workshop held at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center.
When I see that 669 children in Barbados in 2 years are referred to juvenile liaison schemes, and this represents increases over the years. Ages between 12 and 13, and 70% of them are referred for general behavioral problems. It suggests that children are becoming more and more socially deviant, while parents are becoming less and less able to manage their households.
Ms. Charles says the growing phenomena of several single-parent-headed households in the region also needs to be seriously addressed.
I am troubled when I hear 42% of Caribbean families are headed by only one parent. It means that children are not receiving the balance that was determined through the natural creativity and creation of God Himself in terms of procreation. So that thing is not going beyond actually having children.
Well, the youth continue to be very active in the local Anglican church. Over 400 of them gathered in Queen's Park yesterday for the first youth rally for Home and Family Month. That event included a worship session and allowed youth to showcase their talents. Acting Director of the Anglican Youth Ministry Council, Dion Mears, explained that the rally sought to encourage young people to be positive examples in their respective environments.
Rally, our aim was to get the young people out and involved and see how they themselves can be a beacon for Christ in the community and how they can share His message with their friends at school and in their workplaces.
In the meantime, over 500 Christians from 4 denominations gathered at the Bay Street Esplanade yesterday for the Aldersgate Rally. Members of 20 Methodist churches, the Salvation Army, the African Episcopal, and the Nazarene churches took part in the 2-hour open-air worship session. One of the members of the planning committee for the event, Harry Mears, explained that the Aldersgate Rally was held to commemorate the date of the life-changing experience which the founder of Methodism, John Wesley, had over 200 years ago. He added that the rally also afforded the attendees the chance to regenerate.
Rally is to bring the troops together so that we remember who we are in Christ, what our mission is in a dark world, and get strength again to go forward in Barbados and the rest of the world. There's so many things that are wrong, that are reflected of darkness, and we've got to remember that we are children of light.
And still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across our region.